Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, elephants and squirrels, this is DJ Raviesta here on Rhinos Inc. Gaming, and tonight I'm joined by my good friend Sarah, also known as LunaXBanana. How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I am feeling fantastic, especially since we know a Nintendo Direct is coming tomorrow, and so let's just go over what we predict will be in this Nintendo Direct. So, Sarah, you start up. I want to hear what you've got.
First thing and foremost, I could think that would be coming out of this is the 35th anniversary of Zelda. We're going to be seeing something Zelda for sure. I'm also kind of convinced it might not be a Pokemon release of any kind, but we're going to see something around Pokemon due to the fact that it's also the 25-year anniversary of that game. I also have some slight, maybe indie games that might be releasing, but another idea that I just thought of is, what if the new Switch is coming out? There is a Switch Pro somewhere in the works.
That's interesting. That's definitely interesting. I know that a lot of people have been talking about that, the whole Switch Pro thing. But based off of what Furukawa has been saying, chances are that's not going to be for a while. It would be cool to see it at some point for sure. I just don't think they're going to have anything about that tomorrow. Could it happen? Maybe, but I honestly just don't think so, based off of the framework that they've set for the Nintendo Switch's life cycle and how they've been really just driving it home for people that the Switch is in the middle of its life cycle. It's not ready to go anywhere yet. So, I mean, anything can happen. This is Nintendo, but I'm just not seeing it happening. That's all.
I'm seeing an announcement, possibly. Maybe just a sneak peek at it and what we can expect, maybe design-wise. But I don't think a full release. I'm thinking some type of announcement, though. I'm just in it for the Zelda at this point. We got a Mario 3D All-Stars release on the Mario anniversary, and they canceled that whole game being sold, and they're canceling it in March?
Yes, March 31st is the last day that anyone will be able to download that game or find it in stores, probably. I'm not sure if they'll be I'm not sure if Nintendo's gonna be yo, all stores, stop selling these immediately or we're gonna sue you or something. But they might. They honestly might. But yeah, March 31st, that is the last day anyone can get Super Mario 3D All-Stars.
Yeah, it's gonna be the last day, and people were suspicious that if that's the last day, what are you releasing after that point that is just as big? It's kind of ending the Mario anniversary, and right on the horizon after Mario is Zelda. So what people are wondering if we're going to get a same idea except for Zelda games. So you would get a remaster of Skyward Sword. What is to say they wouldn't remaster Ocarina of Time? That is something that's on my want list. I would love to have these old school games remastered and ported onto the Switch. There's some on the Wii U, but I would definitely like them better on the Switch.
Heck yes. I'd honestly like to see that. I never got to play Skyward Sword, and that was one of the games that I wish I'd gotten to play, but if they put that on the Switch, I'd probably pick it up. I'd probably pick that up.
I would be thinking that it would be the same idea as Mario 3D All-Stars, 3 previous games in 1. I'm hoping we get something like that with Zelda, because I need more Zelda in my life. And also, since Age of Calamity, there have been ideas of when Breath of the Wild 2 would be released. It has been 4 years since Breath of the Wild 1 was released, and right after its release and its award-winning the Game of the Year, it was announced, yeah, we're going to be making a second one. And we haven't heard anything since the announcement trailer that was, a year ago?
Yeah, it's been a while. We haven't heard anything about Breath of the Wild 2, and I'm I'm looking forward to seeing something at some point. It just needs to happen.
Does need to happen. But also, since it's a 50-minute long direct, that means there has to be way more. And I know that they did say that something would be going on about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and we're debating if a character would be released, and if there was a new character, who would we want?
That's a good point. They are going to be having some Smash content, which I know a lot of people will be tuning in to see. And that's actually a good point. Will it be a character reveal, or will it just be maybe a new game mode of some kind that they're adding in? Are they going to add back the Subspace Emissary? That's what a lot of people would like to see. But I don't know. I think honestly it would be a Smash reveal of some kind. I really do think so. And I don't know who. Well, I know who I want, but I don't know who you want, Sarah. So like, who's one character or maybe a few characters you'd like to see in Smash?
Oh boy. I'm not the biggest Smash player, but I can go off of what my thoughts would be. And one of them is a bit of a stretch. I would like to see Sora or Roxas within Smash Brothers, because now they are kind of Disney canon. But a lot of people are suspecting, since Monster Hunter Rise is coming out very soon, we wouldn't be surprised to see a Monster Hunter character coming into the game.
That would be cool. I would be very happy to see that, and I know one other person who might be listening to this who would be pretty happy about that as well. So, Monster Hunter in Smash. And I could imagine the moveset being pretty varied, especially with how the character plays in Rise. Being able to use the wire bug to traverse the stage a bit more easily, that could most definitely be an up B. Like, I mean, most of our DLC characters have tether up Bs, so why not the wire bug, right? So I think there's a lot of potential with the new Monster Hunter style and the new Monster Hunter character having a pretty viable moveset in Smash. Now, for me personally, let's see. Anyone who knows me knows I want to see Shantae in Smash. Like, that's just a given. Shantae for Smash. The Half Genie Hero is ret to go, and she needs to be in Smash Bros. I would love to see that. Now, here's the thing about me though, like I don't talk about like the likelihood of a character being in the game so much, because it's like, honestly, there are so many factors that go into a character becoming playable in Smash, from purely like a stylistic standpoint, a gameplay standpoint, a legal standpoint as well. So there's just so many things where it's like, personally, I don't try and debate likelihood or anything like that. For me, I just want particular characters, and if they make it in, awesome. If they don't, well, they don't. So, still hoping Shantae makes it in. Oh boy, if that happened. Anyway.
Shantae would be a bit of a stretch. I could see Monster Hunter being very easily implemented into Smash Brothers. It's not like far off control-wise or stage-wise. There would be some pretty awesome levels that you could create using Monster Hunter. I also thought of the idea because Final Fantasy VII had their re-release, and then they released Sephiroth. What if they release another Final Fantasy character like Tifa to go along with the roster of Cloud, Sephiroth, and Tifa, because they were kind of the trio from that game. It's a possibility. I think it's a bit of a stretch, though.
That would be interesting. I'm not sure about that myself. Like, it's never really been done where like they would have, based off of like the last Fighters Pass, but like they wouldn't really have characters from the same company be in the same in the same Fighters Pass. But like I said before, Nintendo does whatever the heck they want. So the rules that the fans come up with, or the things that we think are evidence, could sometimes just be ripped apart. So who knows? Like, honestly, Tifa would be really cool to see in Smash, because we don't have too many like female reps in Smash at the moment. I think that would be really cool to get another one though.
Shantae would be really cool.
Absolutely. Yes, she would.
She hasn't had a game release though since 2019, so it would be a hope, or maybe a possible hope that we see another game from her in this direct, because that would be pretty awesome. It's been 2 years.
I thought Half Genie Hero, not Half Genie Hero, was it Half Genie Hero? No, the Seven Sirens, I believe, didn't it come out last year?
It came out in 2019. We are now in 2021.
Wow. Goodness gracious, it's been a while.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's been a minute. And then Half Genie Hero was 2000.
Yeah, that was a while back. Gosh. Yeah, we've definitely seen that, like, you know, Sakurai has his moments where it's just whoever gets in. So as long as the character is fun to play and easy to legally acquire, then they're most likely, you know, good for Smash. So yeah. But anyway, Smash, that is a thing. But let's move along from Smash for now. So one prediction that I have specifically for the Direct tomorrow is that we're gonna get to hear about the Genshin Impact release date for the Switch. Now that was announced, I think, more than a year ago, and we haven't heard anything since. So I think we're gonna get an announcement of the release date, and it's going to be after the Direct.
It's not on the Switch?
Genshin Impact is not on the Switch yet. It is still only on PS4, PC, mobile. I'm not sure if it's on the Xbox, but yeah, it still hasn't made its way to the Switch yet.
Yeah, I really want to see Genshin Impact released to the Switch soon. Apparently they had a previous release date and it didn't come out, and now we're still waiting on it. And I don't know why.
Yeah, I think maybe it's because they need to optimize it properly for the Switch. That's usually how it goes with developers if they have to take a bit of time to get things done. Also, COVID is a thing, so yeah, there's probably a few things that are just mucking things up a little. So hopefully we do get it. I think we might hear something about it tomorrow. I honestly do. So I think, okay, another one I have here is I think we're gonna see a Bayonetta 3 trailer. I think that's gonna happen.
I think we all want it to happen.
Oh, absolutely. We definitely want it to happen, for sure. Because last time we heard anything, well, anything that we've seen was that one Game Awards show, and that was it. That's been it. Kamiya's been talking about how it's still in development and so on, and that's pretty much that. But we don't know anything else besides that. It still exists. So I'm hoping for a trailer tomorrow, and I also think it's pretty likely that we could get a trailer tomorrow.
I am hoping for a trailer tomorrow. They've been working on something for a very long time. And I know that they had some conflict, probably due to COVID, with developing Bayonetta 3, but it has been taking a long time.
Oh,
so
yes.
I'm excited to see if they do actually come out with something. Well, another one of those games where we have had a long wait. A lot of people are talking about Metroid.
Ooh, I actually have. I wanted to bring that up as well.
Yeah, Metroid, come on!
Because that game had to restart development after, I think it was Namco Bandai in the Philippines. Like, they didn't. It's like something went wrong or something like that, and they're just like, now we have to restart from scratch. And they came up with that announcement about that, and I was like, wow. Yeah, it honestly might not come out till maybe 2022 or something like that. But based on what, like, remembering the tweet that Nintendo made earlier today about the Direct, they said stuff that's coming out like this year. So
first half of 2021. It's why I'm hopeful for a Zelda game, but at the same time, I think if they're going to release back to Breath of the Wild 2, it probably won't be by the beginning of this year, unless they're like really just not having the love of it. With main titles, like new main titles, they announce it pretty far ahead. I I think Monster Hunter Rise has been announced and we've been waiting, 3 months?
Yeah. But that game has been in development since before the Switch was even a thing, which is decently long time. So I think with Breath of the Wild 2, I honestly, I don't think it's too far-flung of an idea to think that it might get a release this year, only because I think they might still be using the same engine that they did for the original Breath of the Wild, but of course, making things better, of course, improving stuff. So to me, it doesn't seem unlikely, but at the same time, I'm not like super like, yeah, it's definitely coming this year. It seems like it could though. Like I wouldn't rule it out personally.
I would.
I hear that.
They just released Age of Calamity, and I think they want to ride that one out as far as possible. Maybe they'll create DLC for Age of Calamity, and then keep this Breath of the Wild 2 thing going longer. Because I feel like they made Age of Calamity as like a makeshift middle ground. And there's a possibility in my brain, and I hope they don't do this, where Breath of the Wild 2 would be a Switch Pro release. And it would be a smart move, but not a fun move.
Well, that would definitely depend on if the console was backwards compatible or not, or if there was anything that made it better on the more improved version of the Switch than the base model. So yeah, that would be different. That would be a different kind of thing, and it would essentially be what they did for Breath of the Wild, which was released on the Wii U alongside the Switch version. So who knows?
There's been a couple of other things, like, are we going to Crash Bandicoot on the Switch?
Well, we got Crash 4 announced, so that's been pretty fantastic. And March 12th, I believe?
Oh, Crash is coming to the Switch?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So,
do you think he would be a Super Smash Brothers character?
I'd like to see it. I wouldn't, like, personally, of course, like, Shantae's my top right now, but, if we got Crash and Smash, that'd be pretty cool. As for, like, likelihood, I guess, because, pretty well-known character, pretty, he's a legacy character. Like, everyone who games, even if you didn't have like the Crash games from back in the day or anything like that, you probably know who Crash is. So
we all know Crash.
So I think because of that, pretty likely. As for the moveset, I think like most platforming characters have a decent moveset to pull from when it comes to putting them in Smash. Because, like, Mario works pretty well. Very well, pardon me. Crash, I think, could work very well. We've got Mega Man in there, right? Another platforming character. And that's one of the reasons why I think Shantae could really work in the game, too. Yes, I'm derailing it back to Shantae. And so, like, just in general, though, like, platforming characters really do work pretty well in Smash. So I think Crash, almost said Shantae. I think Crash has a pretty good chance of getting in the game from a moveset standpoint and so on. So yeah, that'd be really cool to see.
Really exciting to see. I would like to see Crash implemented into Smash, only because it is a popular character.
Yes.
A lot of people know him. I've never played the game ever, and I know who Crash is.
Yep, he's definitely popular. He's well known. And what would be really cool, and I've heard a few people mention this like around the internet, that if they were to reveal Crash as the next Smash character or something like that, they would have to use like the Crash mascot from like back in the day and kind of do like a mashup of like for the old school people, if you remember the original Super Smash Bros. Commercial, where you had Mario, Yoshi, Pikachu, and Donkey Kong, like the people in costumes, like wearing those character costumes. If they did that and also had like Crash, and then they all just duked it out while wearing those costumes, that would be fantastic as a reveal trailer. I don't care how cohesive or coherent it is. If that happened in a Smash reveal, that would be one of the best. That would just be one of the best.
It would be great. I wouldn't put it past them to do something great like that, but they've been doing a lot of epic trailers lately. Previously with Steve for Minecraft, and then Sephiroth, their trailers had some downright awesome graphics going on there.
A visual masterpiece. Yes.
Oh yeah, and that was just the announcement.
Yep. Oh man. But one other character we did mention for potentially ending up in Smash was Monster Hunter. And I kind of want to just segue that into, I think we're just going to see some more Monster Hunter Rise content tomorrow. I think we're just going to get a little bit more information about what we could expect, and maybe a few more features, maybe with online or co-op or something like that. Just something in general Monster Hunter Rise related. I think we'll see that.
Oh, for sure. You're going to see a lot of Monster Hunter, most likely. We're probably going to see smaller games also being ported to the Switch that we've been waiting on. I've seen a lot of people wanting Phoenix Wright to be ported to the Switch. Also, back to Smash for a quick second. Phoenix Wright as a Smash character. The Ace Attorney. All he does is scream objection all the time.
Welcome to the Smash prediction list, everyone. Yeah, that would be cool. Phoenix Wright in Smash.
Imagine battling in a courtroom.
I can see it right now, and it looks hilarious.
Capcom, get on it.
Do it. But yeah, there's speaking of Ace Attorney, apparently there's the newest Ace Attorney game, well, not newest, but an Ace Attorney game that didn't make it to the West is coming to the Switch eventually. It's been rated, I believe, in Taiwan or something. So if anyone wants to correct me on where the rating is, let me know in the comments. But I believe that's where it was rated, and it's coming to the Switch. Speaking of another Ace Attorney game, though, they do have I think it's the original Ace Attorney games on the Switch. They remastered those, and I still haven't touched those. I may do that at some point. But anyway, so back to these predictions. So my next one here is, I think, and this is going out on a limb here, but I think we're gonna see an open world Star Fox game that's being developed by Ubisoft. I think we might see something like that.
Are you talking like a sandbox Star Fox game?
Similar to Starlink Battle for Atlas, yes.
I know somebody that would love that. I miss seeing Star Fox, and we never got a Star Fox 2. We've only ever got a remaster of the first game, which is entirely incredible. But I don't know why that franchise hasn't been picked back up and soared through platforms at this point.
I don't know. I guess Nintendo just likes to remaster Star Fox over and over again. But, you know. I'm right there with you. Like, it would be nice to see a different take on the Star Fox series. We kind of got that with Adventures back on the GameCube, which I never got to play. I actually wish I did. But I honestly would like to see, like, this is kind of like a mix of what I want to see. Honestly, it's more what I want to see rather than an actual realistic prediction. But I don't know. I just feel like we could at some point see an open world Star Fox game. And hey, who knows? Maybe they'll announce it tomorrow and it actually is being developed by Ubisoft. And the reason I even bring up Ubisoft is because they're the ones who developed the game Starlink Battle for Atlas. And they, of course, for the Switch version, had the Star Fox content. So you could actually play as Fox McCloud and even they even incorporated the rest of the Star Fox team into the game, and they also did a few other things which I'm not going to spoil for the people who might want to go pick up that game. But I think they did well enough with that game, with how open world it is and how immersive it is, and essentially how seamless it is also, from traveling between the planets and the stars and so on like that. I think they would be great at making a Star Fox game. And I think Nintendo trusts Ubisoft enough with their IPs, especially after what happened with, Mario plus Rabbids, and that was pretty popular, and people are actually hoping for Mario plus Rabbids 2, and I actually would like to see that, because I know a lot of people who would be very much in favor of that. But like I was saying, I think they've done well enough with the Mario IP to be able to work with a different one. And even though they did work with Star Fox in a small way for Starlink, I think they could do it in a big way if they were given the opportunity to actually take that game, craft it into something fantastic, and just, put it out there for the masses.
They would be stupid not to take advantage of a company's co-producing that they do really well. Like you said, Rabbids and Mario was iconic and great. It would be foolish not to do something further with that, and that would be good to see. Rabbids and Mario 2. There's tons of different possibilities they could announce here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like it's really up in the air. We don't know. Anything could really happen. So yeah, and I think was there anything else that you had, Sarah? Any other predictions?
Do you think you're going to see anything Pokemon related? I know they do Pokemon Directs, but since they've been releasing a couple of things here and there, I feel like we're going to see maybe a smidge of something.
That, honestly, based on just how long it's been since we've had a Direct in general, I would say like maybe there is a chance of that. Like if for example we'd gotten like a Direct in September or something, right? Or we got maybe a bit of Pokemon news recently, then I'd be like, nah, they're gonna wait till either Pokemon Day or sometime near Pokemon Day to have some sort of release or announcement or some kind, right? But I think Pokemon might be there in a small way, since we do have Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap coming out in April. So they might mention that, give us a little bit more to look at, and I think that would be the extent of it, honestly.
Yeah, I remember them releasing something of a virtual concert recently, so I was wondering if they were going to touch on that a little bit more, or if they were just going to... Because they seem to stop doing Pokemon Directs and just release Pokemon trailers. I'm wondering if Pokemon Directs are going to be out the door and we're only going to have Nintendo Directs from here on out.
Honestly, I think we'll be just fine when it comes to Pokemon Directs. I think those are going to happen at some point again. I'm not exactly sure when the last one happened, but I do think that we'll get those, because a lot of people were thinking that we'll never see Nintendo Directs again. They're gone. They're just going to do tweets all the time for eternity. And lo and behold, earlier today we get announced there's a Direct tomorrow. So I think it's just a matter of time. Could there be a long stint where they just don't do Pokemon Directs? Yeah, that's very possible. I do think that. But do I think they'll be gone for forever? Not necessarily.
No, I hope they're not gone for forever, because it's a smart move to announce everything in like a beautiful trailer all in one sequence.
Yeah, like it really does add to the feeling for the players, well, the potential players and so on, and it just makes it feel nice. Oh yeah, and I would love to see more Pokemon Snap. It looks absolutely gorgeous. So oh yes. Maybe
I'm just looking for an excuse at this point.
I mean, I don't blame you, because I'm pretty hyped for the game myself, so I want to see more. I like how it looks, of course. I mean, of course it needs to look good. It's a photography game, but it just looks so nice, and I feel like they're maybe adding a few more things that we haven't thought about yet, and they probably want to tell us those things at some point.
Oh, yeah.
So the next point that I have here, so the next prediction I have is, I think we're gonna get something from Monolith Soft. They are the developers who are behind the Xenoblade series. So Xenoblade Chronicles, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Xenoblade Chronicles X. And speaking of X, I think what we're gonna see is a port or remaster of Xenoblade Chronicles X, which was on the Wii U, coming to the Switch. Because we have seen close to every other Wii U game that was super popular get ported to the Switch already. We've got Mario Kart 8. We've got Wonderful 101. Mario 3D World just came out. Like, we're getting all of these ports. So I think Xenoblade Chronicles X is something that we'll see. I really think that'll happen.
I can see them re-releasing Xenoblade Chronicles X, but since they released Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torn of the Golden Country onto the Switch, I would really like to see them make a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 from here on out.
That would be cool. I would like to see that as well, because Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was fantastic. Didn't get to play Torn of the Golden Country, but I will eventually, and so, you know, that day will come. But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles X, I want that on the Switch. A lot of other people want that on the Switch. And also for the people who did beat the game, we need a sequel. You know exactly why. I'm not saying anything else. But we need to see that. But speaking of Monolith Soft still, if it isn't Xenoblade Chronicles X related, or Xenoblade Chronicles related at all, I think maybe they're going to talk about that one medieval style game that they've been working on for I don't know how many years now. So the only thing we got of that was some concept art, and that was it. So maybe they'll bring that up. Who knows? And
a whole new game? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they've had a game that's been in development for, I think, maybe since the Switch has been a thing or so, and we haven't heard anything about it except for like it exists. That's it.
That would be interesting to release a whole different game. It wouldn't shock me if they did at this point. It's such a long announcement that we're gonna have.
Yeah, so like anything could happen, and
anything could happen.
50 minutes of content, close to an hour of just straight Nintendo goodness, and it's gonna be a fun one. It really will be.
Oh yeah.
So
really pretty start.
I think that's gonna be it for like my realistic predictions. So now it's time to devolve into absolute abject foolishness. So here's my prediction. Okay, so we are going to see a remaster of Metal Arms, A Glitch in the System, on the Switch. It's going to happen. Then they're going to make a sequel, and it's going to release tomorrow alongside the remaster of the original. It's going to happen. It's going to be fantastic. There's no way that it's not going to happen, because I have all of the facts. I have the truth. My uncle works in Nintendo, and so I know. But any super outlandish takes from you, Sarah?
No. Nothing is outlandish to me anymore. Possibly Splatoon 3.
Splatoon 3. To me, that sounds a bit realistic, to be honest, because it's been, I think, almost 4 years since Splatoon 2 came out. So, and the Splatocalypse, the last Splatfest, which potentially will influence the game of Splatoon 3, happened about 2 years ago. And I was actually having a talk with one of my friends on Twitter about this and how awesome it would be to see Splatoon 3. So, speaking of Twitter, though, let's take a look at a prediction comment that one of my friends on Twitter, that Inkling Tay, had to say. So, I'm going to go through this whole thing here. First, Smash DLC fighter predictions. Astral Chain Twins. That'd be really cool. Master Chief or Monster Hunter. Alright, so let's talk about those really quick. Let's talk about those. So the Astral Chain Twins, that would be really cool. That would be really nice to see those characters get into the game. I loved Astral Chain so much. A wonderful game by Platinum. And I think they would fit pretty well with how all the the way the legions work and everything and so on. So that would be really cool to see.
I would love to see Monster Hunter in a Smash game. It's just right up its alley. I think Master Chief is a bit of a stretch for the Halo franchise, but I wouldn't be against it.
Yeah, it would be really cool to see Master Chief in the game. We've already gotten 2 Microsoft characters in the game in Smash already. So a third one, honestly, with how Nintendo and Microsoft are, I wouldn't be surprised to see Master Chief come to Smash. So that would be pretty cool, though.
I would like to see him, but I know this sounds like a bit of a stretch. I would like to see Cortana a little bit more than I would like to see Master Chief. I would like to see how her mechanics work.
That would be cool, yeah. I actually can't imagine Cortana in the game. Not from I don't want to see her. It's just I actually have not played Halo myself, so I can't wrap my mind around that.
Neither can I. It's all good.
Alright, so moving on to the other predictions. Bayonetta 3 update. Yeah, we definitely talked about that, and I think that could potentially happen. Yokai Watch 4 Western release. That is a good point, because I believe, Yokai Watch 4 hasn't been released in the West. So, yeah, that'd be really nice. Then we've got a Breath of the Wild sequel name reveal and release window.
That seems more logical than a full-on release, but I would like to see a full-on release.
Yeah, a full-on release would be really cool. But yeah, name reveal and release window being announced, yeah, I think that's really likely. Next, The Legend of Zelda 35th Anniversary update. We did mention that. And yeah, going back to what you said about having a mashup.
Mashup remaster, I guess, would be what it would be called.
Yeah, that would be really nice to see. And I think if they did that for some of the 2D games as well, that would be pretty cool. Because I'd like to see 4 Swords or something, on the Switch. I'd play that.
I would like to see the smaller games also involved. Not a lot of people have played the Minish Cap, but the Minish Cap has such a beautiful storyline. I would like to see more of the 3DS games that have been ported, especially A Link to the Past, which is a big one for everyone. That's where our love started. And I would love to see that ported to the Switch.
Yes, that would be really nice. And speaking of Minish Cap, I actually haven't gotten to play that, and that was one that I knew a lot of my friends were into. It's the Minish Cap is so good, and I never actually got to play it for... Actually, I did play it for a little bit with one of my friends, but I didn't get to play it all on my own. So I would like to get the chance at that. So hopefully, Legend of Zelda 35th Anniversary thing happens, and we get something like that.
Minish Cap and Spirit Tracks is the 2 that I would like to see ported to the Switch.
Spirit Tracks. Didn't get to play that one. I think I played the demo. Did they have a demo? Back on the 3DS?
Possibly. I just know it has to do with trains.
We need more trains.
We need trains.
So, the next one here is still Legend of Zelda related, and it's Age of Calamity DLC.
I haven't completed the game yet, so I don't know what they would add. I don't want any spoilers either.
Yeah, I actually haven't gotten my hands on the game. and I've been kind of avoiding it as well because I don't want to see any spoilers. So, Age of Calamity DLC, yeah, I think it could happen. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising. Then the next one we have is some Animal Crossing New Horizons Spring Update info, as well as Mario, specifically about the Mario items, because we are supposed to be getting those next month. And yeah, I'd like to see a bit more about that.
I would love to see piranha plants on my island.
Yes, I want piranha plants. Oh, that's giving me ideas now. That's giving me a lot of ideas. And then, finally, Splatoon 3. And we were, like I said, talking about this on Twitter and how cool it would be to actually have Splatoon 3. And I was telling him that I think it's overdue by this point. Like I said, 4 years almost, and it's been a long time since the actual end of official Splatfests. I mean, they did do like some of the redos, and then they had the Super Mushroom and Superstar one that I unfortunately was not able to participate in. But for the most part, Splatoon Splatfests have been done. And I do think we could hear something about Splatoon 3 in the near future. If it isn't this direct coming up, we could hear about it in the future.
Oh yeah, we're gonna hear something about Splatoon. I'm pretty positive about that. It's been too long. It's also why I'm kind of head over heels down for Breath of the Wild 2, because it's also been in that same 4-year reign. We need to hear something now, or we're never gonna hear it.
Yeah, the drought has been painful. That's pretty much gonna be it for this little discussion video here, this prediction video. So, for anyone who's listening right now, what do you think we're gonna see at the Nintendo Direct tomorrow? Put that down in the comments. I'd like to take a look, maybe even have a conversation with you about it. That'd be kind of cool. So, Sarah, thank you for being a part of this predictions video. I sincerely appreciate that. And big thanks to everyone who has been listening and watching. Don't forget to slam that like button. Helps out the channel. And subscribe if you want to see more content like this. We do have videos, so they're here. Anyway, thank you, Sarah, for being a part of this.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor talking with you about this, and I can't wait to see what happens in the Direct tomorrow.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Might even have some interesting content for it later on. So, like I said before, guys, subscribe if you want to see more stuff. But yeah, so anyway, that's going to be it for me. I will catch you guys later. Shantae for Smash.